A book that's got about 200...
This is painful, Steve. This is really painful. Go on, sorry, carry on.
I say my book's got 300 pages in it.
Yeah.
A few pictures and that.
It's a picture book. That's the great thing about Carl's life. It's a book for children.
It's a pop-up book. And it just, every page he pops in, he goes,
All right.
I'm probably on like page about 170.
Yeah.
He's going to die at 74. He's reading a book with a few pictures in with 300 pages and he's on 170. Go on then.
So, right, if the book was too thick, right, and there was loads more pages...
Let me tell you, this book is way too thick.
Yeah. If the book was more thick, yeah.
The book could not be thicker.
If there was loads more pages left, I'd go, I can't be bothered reading on.
Right. Okay, let him finish the analogy.
He know that when he saw the book.
You've got to finish this analogy, otherwise we're going to be here all night.
Listen, he must have known how many pages there were when he got the book out of the library.
Yeah, but the way they write books, they paint in pictures more at the beginning, you're going, this is good. And then it gets a bit boring as it goes on, doesn't it?
Okay, well that works. So you're saying that you were young...
No, it doesn't work.
Well,
You just accepted that that's what all books are like.
No, but there's a little bit of poetry in that, because he's actually saying that, you know, when he was young, his whole life was ahead of him. He couldn't wait the whole world, the promise that he was given of this world. And now he's a bit jaded and he's more cynical, and he realises that the world hasn't got as much to offer him as he thought it was. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Liar.
Well, Rick, you're not the only one who's been away. I know you've been off working, but I, at long last, have taken a bit of leisure time. And you've probably heard of the Rio de Janeiro Carnival. Only one of the hottest, events in the world calendar. Yeah. Imagine me down there.
Oh,
Rio, you can imagine, did not know what hit it.
Oh, God almighty. Imagine, were you like Paul the Party Animal Park?
He would not have been able to keep up if he was with me.
God, what did you do? What did you get up to?
Oh, let me tell you right now. Day one, I almost drowned. Day two, I got a foot infection and spent the day in the hospital. And the rest of the time, I had diarrhea. So that was a hell of a time.
Carnival.
Yeah. I did. I was able to watch some of the carnival on TV, and it looked brilliant. It looked amazing. I didn't actually. It was difficult to make out because the TV wasn't actually in my room. Because in an effort to save money, I wasn't staying in a hotel. I was staying with a bunch of other people in some kind of, like, someone's flat that they'd let out. And so I had to watch the TV, like, from my window, watching a neighbour's TV. And of course, when they change the channel, often during the juicy bits, like continuing. And but they look really good. I'm bunged up at the moment just so I can get to the show. But I've just been on a 12-hour flight, and it is terrifying being on a flight when you know that any moment you could go. Because the problem is sometimes the toilet's free, and sometimes then you've got to queue up. And the worst bit is that sort of half an hour just before you land, when they say the toilets are out of bounds now. I'd say I went twice before that in quick succession. The woman sat next to the toilet. She didn't know what was going on, the noises and stuff in there. And because I was really panicky. And so of course then on the whole flight, as we're landing, I'm really petrified because I'm thinking I packed a pair of underpants and jeans in my bag in my holdall, just in case it all went. And I was really, because I hate flying anyway, and I hate landing because it's the most terrifying moment of the journey. Then it really was rumbling, and I was thinking, I've got to get out of here. Of course, you know when you're in a hurry, everything makes you angry. The little old lady in front of me who's just hobbling along off the gangplank. Just really annoyed.
With your bad hips and your bad
your
legs.
Zimmer frame.
I know you've been through a war, but get out of my way.
And just anyone who could have even passes you, and so I managed to get there just in time, got into and it all went off. Man alive, it was grim. But that was not anything compared with the first couple of days. Because the first day I went for a walk, and of course Ipanema Beach is famous. I mean, obviously The Girl from Ipanema, one of the most famous songs in the world, and Ipanema Beach is famous for just the beautiful, beautiful people that gather there, and it is extraordinary. I mean, the people are remarkable. There's so many beautiful women in Rio, it made me angry. I was angry that these women were so attractive and that, none of them were even looking at me. But anyway, I'm on the beach because I was shopping and I needed a wee, right? And we went for a quick impromptu swim, and I thought, wee in the sea.
Just think of it! On this beach, right, with diarrhea,
Well, I'm wearing great big long shorts because I'm not going to try and compete with these boys because they
And you are, could I say this, the whitest man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, with his shirt off, you can see his heart like a newborn fish.
well, this was the thing. As I went into the sea to have a wee, there was a discussion about this.
And I went into the sea to have a wee?
Yeah. Well, I was desperate for a toilet, and I was shopping, so I thought, I'm never going to make it back to the hotel, so I'll go in the sea and have a little swim. And
just I see him straining, just like a cat in a little tray.
See, there was a discussion about this because I'm very much of the opinion that you should take your trunks down, and some people, some of my friends are saying, just do it in your trunks and let the sea just wash it away.
What a hell of a carnival!
And I think I'm against that. I've always been against that in swimming pools, everything, you know.
I'm against pissing in swimming pools. Full stop. It doesn't matter whether you do take your trunks down or don't piss in the swimming pool.
Sea?
Yeah, well, fine. Yeah,
fine, okay, right.
Fish do it.
So anyway, so I'm in the sea trying to urinate, and I kneel because I'm obviously very tall, so it's tricky to get deep enough for the water to mask what you're up to. So I tried to kneel down in the water, right, and I got John Thomas out, but then the water swept out again and just left me on the beach. But luckily my back was to everyone, so no one saw. I
can't think of a funnier sight than Steve Merchant on his knees with his little John Thomas out. I don't know how big it is. I've never seen it. Well, I imagine it's in proportion to the rest of it, is it?
I wish. That's all I'll say is I've been a little short-changed. But so then I got up and I waded a bit deeper in, right? And now I was trying. I got it out. But what I didn't realise is that the waves just off the beach are really just uncontrollable. You never know what's going to happen. So one minute they're calm, and the next minute they're crazy like a tsunami. So suddenly I see this giant wave coming towards me, crashing towards me, and I got the cock out and everything, and it grabs this wave, comes over me, and lifts me up, flips me up in the water, right? And I'm floundering around. I can't see anything because, of course, I had to take my glasses off to go in the sea. Because I didn't want to lose them.
Oh God!
So I floundering around, and I'm genuinely getting scared because as I try to get into shore, the wave just pulls me back again. So I'm waving to my friends on the beach. But what I don't realise is that because I'm not wearing my glasses, I don't realise that I've been dragged along the beach some way, and I'm not actually waving to my friends. So there's like a bunch of these beautiful women on Ipanema Beach watching a pasty white man waving with his cock out. And what annoyed me was my friends were laughing. And that really angers me.
If I'd have been there, I would have burst.
But why wouldn't you have come running? Would you have come running in and helped me?
Not with your knob out.
What? So even though I was screaming and shouting?
I would have thrown a rope or something, or a dinghy or something. There's no way I'd have... I couldn't have saved you with your glasses off and your knob out. If I ever save you, I want you to be fully dressed with your glasses on.
So you'd have just let me go? That would have been what you'd said to my parents? He had his knob out and his glasses off. There was no way I was going to...
I can't think of a funnier sight. Oh...
He's writing it down again.
Yeah, this is where we read extracts from Karl's diary. We've had to wrestle it from him. He's never happy, but that's the way it goes when you're doing a show as popular as this. And I'm going straight now to this entry. My mum phoned and said that my Auntie Nora, classic Auntie Nora, wanted me to look on the internet to find out what the weather would be like in Spain at the end of November. I don't know where she gets her money from. 2 months ago, she was asking me, Dad, how much it would be to get her back garden astroturfed because she's sick and tired of the grass getting out of her.
What does she want to do? Start a football team? What does she want to back garden astroturf?
She likes the sort of green look, but she doesn't like the headache that comes with it, so she's just looking into getting that false grass put in there.
Brilliant.
I don't know how much it is.
Went round to Ricky's and had some chicken curry that Ricky's girlfriend Jane had made. Ricky and Jane were going on holiday for a few days and had arranged for Glyn to come in and make sure the cat was okay while they were away. I'm sick of that cat. I was surprised that they hadn't paid for the little shit to go away with them on first class. Blimey, getting a bit vitriolic in the
why doesn't he like the fact that I've got a cat and I love the cat?
It's just everything in that house that you've got gets sort of special treatment, and it's a cat. And
what do you mean you get special treatment?
Sometimes
we put food down for it, and sometimes it gets on our lap and we stroke it.
You don't just stroke it.
We're not
massage it. You massage its back. You go, no, you're stressed out.
Well, no, it's good. No, I'm not saying you stressed out. At no point did I say you stressed out. You said, "What the fuck are you doing for? Is it stressed out or something?" I like touching my cat.
To be honest with you, I don't like Ricky's cat.
I can't believe
Because every time I go around there, it goes straight for Magoolis. Instantly.
Yeah, he'd probably seen you in the sea and thought, well, if he's waving it about, I'll have a bit of that.
But it's like the lizard thing you've got. He's just sat there. You bought a big box, right, to be in.
Right,
And
one
that's
is a salamander, so it's an amphibian. It's not a box, it's a big vivarium.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
And
is...
as it, and if you're going to criticise someone for just sitting there, having a round head and doing nothing with its life, people who live in glass houses,
No,
we've done this one.
Do you know what gets me though, right, Steve? When I was there, I was looking at it and I thought, is it dead? Right, because he's just sat there. Like,
And then it was thinking exactly the same fucking
he's
thing.
sat there, not moving, right? And then on the top of the box is like a box full of crickets and stuff. That's it. It's its food.
Yeah.
Right? But they were more active than the thing that it was going to feed. Get rid of the lizard. Keep them in there. More entertaining. Don't understand it.
A few months back, a girl who was having a kid showed me one of them scans of the kid that was in her. That's science gone mad, innit? I couldn't think of anything nice to say, as it looked like a frog.
Do you know why we've got to that point? Why have we got to see something that young? Why?
Because people can keep an eye on the progress of the baby in the womb.
Yeah, but why are they printing it out and stuff? Surely that's for a doctor to see.
Well, that's just an added bonus for people who are interested in such
Well,
things.
that's like saying, why do you take pictures of anything?
No, because normally pictures are like, you in Brazil, sat in the sea or whatever. You go, oh yeah, I remember that day, it was a good day or whatever. But
Wasn't.
it's just kind of like, why have you got to see something? You might as well.
Well,
go
you
to
just
an
asked, listen, why have you got to see something that small? So why would you take a picture of Steve in the sea?
No, but what I mean is, why? At what point are we going to stop? Are we going to start sort of X-raying the fella's testicles and saying, well, there it is at a really young age? Well, where are we going to stop?
It's just horses for courses, isn't it? Some people like to have a record of their baby in the womb. They
That's
like
right.
to show the baby. They're
They sit
excited about it.
They sit down and they show the friends the slideshow. That's the birth. Oh, that's the conception. Oh, look, Ron's going a bit mad there, isn't he?
But why do I need to see this? This is what I'm saying. It was an awkward situation because she was happy with it. I was like, oh God. You know what I mean? It was an odd-looking thing. I couldn't say, oh, it looks like you, because that would be a diss.
Met Suzanne at Euston Station. I said I would sort out the tea tonight, so I called the curry house. The fella couldn't understand me. I asked for 2 poppadoms. He kept saying, how many? I kept saying 2. He still couldn't understand. I said 1 more than 1. He understood. When we picked up the food and took it home, there were 5 poppadoms in the bag. There is a restaurant somewhere that sells knobs to eat.
No, there's not.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there is.
It says that women can't eat too many of them, and if you want a seal's knob for dinner, you have to book in advance.
Right, it's gobbledygook. This is the ramblings of a madman again.
It's a trend, he writes. It won't last long. It'll be like hummus.
But hummus, when did that happen?
What do you mean? It's still going. It's a Greek traditional food.
I know, but there's a restaurant down the road that's all they do. That isn't a proper meal. That's a side order, isn't it? That's like having a restaurant just flogging tomato ketchup. Hummus isn't a meal. They don't even try and kid you and get you in and flog you just hummus. They could actually say it's hummus today. Not gonna work. They shut down within a month.
Called Ricky and asked what the difference is between the mind and the brain.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
a hell of a phone call.
Yeah,
to get.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ricky did explain, but I can't remember what he said. I wondered at what age you are when the mind kicks in. Okay. Ricky changed the subject and said there is an island called Spider Island. There's nothing but spiders on it. A bloke went to visit the island and said there was 1,000 types of spider in one tree. Excited by
I
that?
didn't tell you that.
No, I looked it up after talking to you.
Oh, right. Is that true?
Yeah, they just said there's loads of them.
What do you think about that? What do you think of an island that's just full of spiders?
It's a bit daft, isn't it?
What do you think they should do then?
I don't know, because you need spiders. I don't know what they do, but they say a world without spiders wouldn't be good.
Who says that?
I don't know, someone. But they sort of do something. There's something about if you did get rid of them all, it would have an effect.
Well, of course it would. Get rid of anything, it has have an effect.
Not everything, no. Like I've said, jellyfish and what have you.
Well, no.
The world wouldn't change.
Well, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, it would, because it's part of an ecosystem, so they're something's food, aren't they?
No, but it's 97% water or something.
Yeah.
So how much are they doing? Just give them another 3%, make them water. And that's more useful.
Give them another 3% and make them water. Oh, God.
The rain ain't stopped. The old woman with the bent neck. Now, we've not heard about the old woman with the bent neck before. She's a whole new character.
Incredible.
She's really old.
And she's got a bent neck, yeah, but tell us something else.
I don't know what's up with her, but her head sort of comes out of here.
Look, it's radio. They can't see what you're doing.
It comes out of her chest. So from behind, it looks like she hasn't got an head. It's really weird, right? I mean, she's old, and I don't know what's happened. Just Suzanne said it's sad, and the bones have sort of bent up or something, or maybe she carried something heavy when she was younger.
On her head.
And you know, I don't know. It's sad and everything.
Yeah.
But she's wandering up and down the street. Always looks fed up. But you can see her. You have to sort of bend down a little bit. But her head's just. I thought I told you about.
She finds a lot of change.
I said, yeah.
Well, as you write in the diary, the old woman with the bent neck is struggling in the weather. The rain must be running down her back. Don't know why she went out in this weather. Me back's doing the head in today. It does this every time the weather turns a bit grim. Ever since I tried to kick me height. Oh, remember that? We've heard this before. Kicked me height and landed on me arse. Was going to treat Suzanne to a trip to the pictures to see Breakback Mountain, but then remembered there is a programme on about two-headed kid tonight.
What two-headed kid?
It's just a two-headed kid knocking about. And I just wanted to watch that.
What do you mean, a two-headed kid?
It was something on the telly. I only saw the beginning of it. I thought, oh, it seems a bit heavy, this.
The programme about the kid with two heads was a bit sad. They never go into the good sides of these stories. I asked Suzanne what happens if they sit an exam. She said she didn't know.
So, Rockbusters, you gave out 3 clues last week. Have we got a winner?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this was the first person to email in, but you pointed something out, didn't you? That we're going to do it this week, the first person, but we think maybe it shouldn't be the first person because some people are up in the world when this comes up and some people aren't up in the world. So we're just going to pick one at random next week. So you've got the whole week, but we're going to pick one at random. But this is the first one we got with all the right answers.
The
we
first
promised.
one with the right answers, yeah.
Yeah. So well, give us the clues and the answers.
Right, so last week's clues, there was 3 of them. I'll give you initial of an artist or a band,
Yeah.
a cryptic clue.
Yeah.
You work it out, you email it in, you win a signed picture and that. First one was, well, I don't want a house that far away from the water. I want to be right on top of it.
Go on.
Right, so that was B.
Yeah.
That's, that was Beyonce. Beyonce. Right,
Yeah.
it's like a cryptic thing. Have you got that? Second one.
I'm stunned.
Beyonce.
That part of my leg is English. The initial was B. That was Britney. Right?
Britney.
Yeah, so it's like British. Britney.
But so you're just taking the one half of her name, are you now?
Well, she's known as that now. I think she's known
I don't know
more
who
as,
she is,
more,
but
as,
fine.
more as Britney than Britney Spears. They don't really call her that anymore.
Also, British isn't the same as English.
Yeah, I know. I realised that, but it was too late.
Brilliant. That's what you're up against.
Just like that Ollie was with Millionaire.
The last one was the initials were KW,
Yeah.
and the clue was the fitness teacher has got a speech impediment, right? So you've got to sort of think about that. You've got to think about a fitness teacher.
Yeah.
He's working out and that.
Yeah.
He's got a speech impediment. So when it like comes to like
Well, no,
finishing,
you didn't say all this in the clues.
but it was just that one was Kanye West, right?
Kanye West?
So I'm just saying,
Why
like,
would your fitness teacher say Kanye West?
because he's got a speech impediment and he's been working them out. They've built up a sweat. He's like, right.
Well, no, you didn't say all that, so it doesn't matter.
But anyway, even if that is the case, what is he saying?
He's saying, all right, can we rest now?
As in, can we rest now?
Yeah, just kind of because they say that at the end. It's like, right, everybody.
So he's got a speech impediment, he's very, very calm, and he's adding words. Okay, but apart from that, it works perfectly. So that is bollocks, you're an idiot.
So that was the first 3.
Who won?
It was Gwymlyn Howe Jones.
Right, let me have a look at that name. There's no such name as Gwymlyn. What is Gwymlyn?
Is it something from Lord of the Rings?
Gwillem, Hugh Jones. okay? And a signed photo of us is on the way to him.
Lucky you.
I don't know why he wants that, but well done, he got the clue. I don't know if that's a good thing or not to get the clues, but there it is. Well, there you go. So we're going to do some clues for next week?
Yeah, right. Again, same sort of system. 3 of them email in and we'll pick one at random. Right, first one, the initials RP.
Right.
And the cryptic clue,
Not cryptic, go on.
steal that woman's flower. Right? If you're gonna like make a...
Well, no, it's different now. What is it? If it's a cryptic
No,
clue...
let him finish it.
Okay, what is the clue?
Flower.
What is the clue and stick to it?
Steal that woman's flower.
Fine. Okay.
RP.
Right, okay.
Right? Second one, D.
Is that the clue or the initial?
D is the initial, right? And cryptic clue, keep whacking the cooker with a stick. What is it? It's a band or an artist. Kept whacking the cooker with some sort of...
What is it, keep
stick.
or kept? What's it? If it's cryptic clue, everything matters, so...
Well, it doesn't really. Just think about whacking...
Well, no, give us the clue again. Okay.
Just whack the cooker.
No,
with
what is
some
the
sort
clue?
of
Do the clue.
stick.
Okay, do the clue. This is the clue, and the only right. No, wait. The initial is B, and the clue is...
Keep whacking the cooker with a stick.
Right, fine.
But it doesn't have to be a stick, though. It
Well,
could
no,
be it could be any sort of...
Well, okay, then let's do the clue again then. Okay, so the initial's B, what's the clue?
Keep whacking the cooker.
Fine.
The last one, the initial M, and then the clue is Venice. It's all water, isn't it? Right? How would you describe it, right? When
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this the one?
Let's finish the clue! I want to go home! I haven't slept, I just come back from Rio!
He might never finish the clue. He keeps going, it's full of water, right? Oh, well, you don't need a stick, do you? Use your hand if you want. Well, no, it's B. No. I mean, he might never finish.
Well, I can't interrupt him.
What's the initial?
M.
What's the clue?
Venice. It's all water. There's hardly any land, so how would you describe it?
Okay.
I think that sort of works. M is the artist or a band. Email in podcast@rickygervais.com and we'll pick one at random. Win some stuff.
Well, that's the end of episode 2 in this second series of the Ricky Gervais Show. So it's goodbye from me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Oi!
and...
Sorry, I just want to explain why that's a greeting in Brazil.
Is it?
If you see someone, hey!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't just the me.
Why's your knob out when you're shouting at waving
Yeah,
at
that's
me?
why I didn't let you see what was going on.
And Karl Pilkington.
All right.
Audible hopes you've enjoyed this program.
Hello, welcome to the third in this new series of the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington.
All right.
We've had loads of emails. Thank you for those. Sorry we can't reply to them all personally, but keep them coming, some interesting ones. There's one in particular here from a guy who says, I see there is less swearing now you're charging for the podcast. Dumbing down already, ?
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
I don't know how that's dumbing down.
Well, no, not swearing. That's interesting. Not swearing is dumbing down. And also, the fact that he's complaining that we're not swearing enough.
Yeah.
What sort of a cunt would bother writing that email?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, but I know he's just some kind of fucking cocksucker.
What have you got, Benny?
Well, now, of course, a couple of weeks back you gave the rather long-winded but fascinating sort of brain teaser conundrum philosophical question about the heaven and hell doors.
I know.
And there's been a number of responses to
I know.
Explain your error.
Well, I got it. I realised as soon as we put it out there that I should have said, assume no prior knowledge. Otherwise, you can just say, hold up a cat and say, is this a dog? Or you can say, what's my name? But they don't know anything about you. That's the thing. They only know about themselves. And I should have said that.
Yeah. So are you willing to just now say that you've embarrassed yourself?
I've embarrassed myself. I should have said, it's got to be about, it's only about the, you can ask questions.
Well, do you know what? It's a bigger man than many that can admit that mistake.
Or a man that's banged to rights and obviously caught out and has no choice.
Well, it's quite interesting to wade through the emails and find out the kind of people that are listening, get a sense of the different listeners. And I know you, Rick, have met some of the big celebrity names that have listened to the show, and it's sort of because you've actually met them. But it's, now we've got celebrities who are just emailing in, just letting us know. This one is from a guy called Aaron. He says,
This bald-headed twat. This is Karl Pilkington. He's got a head like a fucking orange. Get it everywhere. I want to see the world papered with Karl's round head.
Happy New Year.
Oh, he's only going to write it down for a whole fucking year.
That, of course, signifies another reading from Karl's diary. This is the last one of both 2006 and on any podcast for a while. Let's make the most of it. Let's enjoy some of the wisdom.
I also think it's the last time ever he will make an entry in this diary, because you're not going to keep another one, are you?
I don't know yet. I might just get a smaller one. But I've found that since keeping a diary, I've gone out of my way to do more stuff.
Well, you say that, but...
Well, let's find out. Let's find out if that's true.
No, I have.
I read a bit in the news about people being injured while trying to cut open avocados. It's a food that ain't worth injuring yourself for. If it's a hassle to get into, leave it to the experts. I have never bought one. I have also avoided coconuts and pineapples. The amount of hassle to get into these things outweighs the joys they give.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I never bought a pair of Dr. Martin boots. Too much hassle when it's time to take them off.
Yeah, a lot of my mates used to wear them in like the 80s. You know, you can't just kick them off, can you? To dig up evil.
You've got to unlace them.
Since I found shoes with Velcro on them, brilliant. Just the way, I don't understand why
Is it because you can't tie your laces?
No, I can do it, but it's wasted time.
You're so lazy. Wasted time. That gives him more time to sit around and look at insects eating biscuits.
Take off a pair of boots?
Well, it's ridiculous. He can't fit his days as it is.
No, but I don't understand how some inventions sort of catch on and other things don't.
But this is what I mean. He's got too much time on his hands. Sitting around at home thinking, why are we not using Velcro more?
But there's one Velcro manufacturer going, yes, at last. He said what needed to be said.
Why don't you get it sponsored? Because you could wear a Velcro toupee. Because that would be great if we could do that. If someone could invent a little hairpiece for Karl, Velcro's the little bit of fluff he's got on the top of his head, his shiny orange-like head. Pop a little Velcro toupee on. I would love that. I would love to get him wearing a wig.
But why necessarily reduce it to a toupee? Why not some kind of carrying device? You know, he could carry goods and things around in there, sandwiches.
Yeah, he doesn't look like carrying a bag. Well, what about that? A little thing you carried around, a little Velcro thing you carried a pot on your head for your sort of like keys and trinkets and money and that.
Well, no, I've told you about that idea that's out there, but hasn't caught on as well. The tie.
Right.
The tie with loads of pockets and stuff in it.
Yeah, but you've got to wear a tie.
Yeah, but that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? I've never wore a tie because I always think, what's the point? It's just hanging there in the way.
Can you imagine this image of Karl walking around in his big Velcro shoes, a tie with an apple stuffed in it, car keys, iPod?
No, but don't you think it's a good idea?
Would you wear it with a shirt and collar or just a t-shirt?
No, wear it with a shirt. That's what I'm saying. It's an invention that will smarten up the world. Now, a tie, what does a tie do exactly?
Yeah.
What does it do?
Nothing.
Right. So I'm saying make it do something.
But I'm saying don't wear it at all. Pop your keys in the trouser pocket.
No,
or
because,
take a bag.
Because the world is getting more and more scruffier, isn't it? When you look
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
When you look back at like Victorian times and everything, everyone wore a hat. Right? They wore a tie, they wore a suit. And it was a nicer looking place to look at. When you see it on pictures, you go, what a smart world that is.
Well, you can't see collar out and things on pictures, but sure.
No, but I'm just saying it's better to try and cover it up with a bit of,
cloth.
Yeah. The world looked nicer with more cloth. Whereas now everyone's roaming about scruffily. So what I'm saying is, if we make the tie more useful and give it a purpose, it might come back and the world will look tidier.
But a tie, its purpose is to look smart, really. Well, originally it was because we didn't have buttons, so it kept the collar up at the front. That was the invention. It was a useful invention, the tie.
Yeah,
it was called a tie. It tied together, okay? Yeah. So then, when we had buttons, that we didn't really need the tie, but it was a symbol of smartness, like saying, I've made an effort, okay? But now, that would go away. So now, you wouldn't look smart with a tie. They'd go, well, look, it's like a bag round his neck with his apples and oranges and his keys and his sticks he's making a nest out of. So it would be scruffy. It would make the tie scruffy, so it would defeat the object. So now when you're carrying stuff around, crawling on all fours because your shopping's so heavy around your neck, They'd go, look at that scruffy fucker on all fours. Oh no, but look at his lovely head of hair. It's Velcro. It's a hat.
Yeah, well, that's the other problem, isn't it? I can't go back to a wig now.
My theory about reading old news is right. It's less bad when you know it's old. There was a story about a weatherman who was fired yesterday for having a nude picture of himself on the internet. But that happened 2 days ago. He's probably got another job by now. So old news isn't as shocking.
Well, old news isn't news though, is it? It's olds. What are you doing? Just reading the olds?
No, but what I mean is if someone...
Stick the video on of last week's news. I just want to catch up on the olds.
Yeah, but then it's still news. News is something that you don't know, isn't it? If someone tells
That's
you
everything to you.
That's information, Carl, not news.
Yeah.
But news is information.
No,
And
the key with news is the word new.
No, I don't think it is. It's just information, but they tell you at 10 o'clock at night. It's like, what information's gone on? Bong. Here's some information.
Yeah, that you didn't know before because you couldn't have, because it only happened today. Bong.
Yeah, but never mind that. I'll tell you in a couple of days. It doesn't matter as long as you get the same info. Bong.
Yeah, we can't call it news though because it's misleading. We'd get dogged. It's called olds. Bong.
Yeah, but listen to my theory. What I'm saying is that if someone in your family, you know, I don't want it's Christmas and that, I don't want to bring the tone down, but someone dies in your family. Now, say if you're away on holiday and they don't call you because they don't want to ruin your holiday, and you come home and they go, Uncle Frank's dead, and you go, oh, when did that happen? And they go, 2 weeks ago. Now, because everyone else has got over it, it's not as bad for you. Because part of bad news is the way everyone's walking around moping, going, oh, have you heard the news? Frank's dead. But because everyone's got over it, time is a healer. That's what I mean about old news. But according to you, the only news that really matters is stuff that affects you. So it doesn't matter when there was an earthquake. When was it? Yesterday. Phew, that's all right then. Often the aftermath is worse than the actual event. 2, you only care about things that actually happen to you. So the doctor goes, you got a kidney stone. Oh, when did this happen? 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's all right then. Doesn't make sense. No, but the world
You're not upset about dead Uncle Frank just because other people are upset. You'd be upset personally. Wouldn't make any difference when they told you.
Yeah, but it is everyone else's emotions that make it worse, I think. Knocking around people who are miserable.
What about warnings? What about when they do things like smog warnings or, you know, there may be
I don't like it on the news when they sort of say, news just in. I think, oh, what's this? You think, oh, what's going on?
But it might be useful to know it.
Information.
No, it just makes you panic.
What? Yeah, but sometimes knowing stuff keeps you alive.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it. It's sirens, you see, I don't like sirens, do I? I've said to you, I think it's a scary noise.
Well, it's meant to be so you get out of the way.
No, it's not meant to be. It's a sign to get out of the way. I'd prefer it if it, like I said...
Hiya, could you just move out of the way?
Well, it can be anything, as long as we know. It can be a chicken noise, but as long as you know
That's
that
not going
chicken
to freak people out.
No, but it sort of makes you smile. But you go, oh, let's get out
What,
of
you're
the way.
cycling along and you hear what sounds like a giant chicken behind you?
And you smile because you know that even though someone is burning to death, there's something clucking in my way.
That's probably a guy having a heart attack. Going to my mum and dad's today. I'll cut to the chase for it. They basically, we got about 4 pages while they drive to his mum and dad's.
Oh, Jesus
I'll skip
Christ.
past that because it takes fucking forever. Got there, mum and dad, mum made them some dinner. The old woman next door, brackets, whose man was a witch, just popped that in brackets. Just pop that in brackets. I think we've discussed that before, actually, the old woman whose mum was a witch.
Whose man was a witch?
Yeah.
Oh!
The old woman next door has been worrying because she keeps seeing adverts on the telly about changing to digital TV. She's saying she doesn't want wires drilled into her walls because they'll make a mess. My dad told her that it doesn't matter because it probably won't happen until 2012 and she'll be dead by then.
He didn't say that to her, though,
No,
did
he did. They've got, you know, she's old. It doesn't. She knows she's going to die. I mean, it's something we've all got in common. And he's right, isn't he? Why is she worrying about it? Maybe that's sorted it out. Put it into perspective for her. You will be dead when this happens. Don't be worrying about it. But everybody worries, don't they? You've got that little sort of hole in your head that you fill with worries. You know, everyone's got to fill that little worry hole with worries, and that's it.
Worry hole. Everyone's got to fill the worry hole
We've
with
assume
worry.
that there's a worry hole.
A worry hole.
That we fill with worries.
I love the fact that, you know, doctors in a million years would dig this up and go, humans used to have a worry hole.
Went to bed around midnight. Suzanne and I decided to sleep tops and tails. because it made me get a bit more room. My dad had cut a bit off the mattress to fit it between two cupboards. It's amazing how much of a difference it makes just sawing off a bit of the mattress. You sort of roll to the edge, but the weight of the blankets keeps you in. This is like something from a Roald Dahl book.
No, it's just you know, you think anything, you can sort of trim anything, can't you? And it normally works. But with a mattress, I mean, he only took off, I don't know how long that is, but he's sawn off about that much on the mattress and then has stapled it back together again.
Amazing.
And it just makes so much difference.
Of course it does, because a mattress is a very carefully designed object.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, though, would you?
Well, you would if you had a fucking brain in your nut.
Someone took his brain out of his worry hole. Oh, God. He sawed the mattress in half. So we decided to sleep tops and tails. It just gets stranger.
So strange. Why?
He did it to make the room nicer with the cupboards on either side.
So he sawed a mattress in half.
Well, not in half.
Can you imagine how much hard it must be to saw a mattress in half? What did he use? What, a big electric saw?
Well, it must have been, yeah, because there's a lot of springs and stuff in there.
Jesus.
So what happens to the springs? They just spring out the
Well,
sides.
some sort of stick out a little bit, but you're not lying on top, are you? They come out the side. So it's just got a bit of gaffer tape and a staple gun.
Unbelievable.
Man alive. It's like...
Does he run it as a hotel? That's unbelievable.
There are squats with better bedding arrangements.
Well, we've had a bit of a bad thing in our house about mattresses and that, because when we first bought our first flat in Salford, you know what it's like when you buy somewhere, you sort of, you haven't got any money, have you, to buy extra stuff that you need. So we bought a bed, right? But there's that rip-off thing with beds where you buy a bed, but a mattress doesn't come with it, which I've never understood that. Because it's not a bed, is it? Without that mattress, it's not a bed. It's a car without an engine. You wouldn't go, there you go. Well, that seems cheap. Well, there's no engine in it. So we bought this, like, you know, flat, what have you. We bought the bed. And then, we haven't got a mattress. So my dad got one from Uncle Alf. No, well, from that Uncle Alf fella, because he had one in his van that he used to use now and again. If he was, like, travelling round, he'd just keep in the back on his mattress.
Amazing.
A bloke who drove around in a van with a mattress in the back.
So Uncle Alf, right? Well, tell me about Uncle Alf.
Well, you know about him, he's the one who slept in a dinghy.
Because his mattress was in his car.
Yeah, why didn't he go? Oh, well, Alf, where's the bed? Left it in the car again. Oh, blow up the dinghy. Blow up the dinghy. I'm not going to go out and get it. Not at this time of night.
So anyway, my dad got me his mattress, and it just stunk of diesel. And Suzanne was like, "Oh, I'm not happy with this," and I think she realised sort of what sort of family
She got herself into.
Wow, she landed on her feet when she got you.
So now she's always a bit touchy about, you know, mattresses and things.
Unbelievable.
Uncle Alf, of course, sadly passed away when he couldn't escape from his sinking ship.
The fire engines were too late. No one got out of the way because they were laughing so much.
The mad woman next door saw me and said, "Hello, Clive. You're living a nursery rhyme. The old man down the road, the old woman next door's mum's a witch, Uncle Alf who lives in a dinghy."
It's not a real place. It's like fucking Narnia.
Children's TV program.
Unbelievable. Oh, God. Oh, just all of them there on this broken mattress trying to find the golden ticket.
Oh, God. The old fella down the road talked to my dad a bit. He kept bees in the back garden.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here comes the bee man.
His Yorkie dog was knocking about when he was messing with them, and it ended up getting stung 150 times.
Oh, little bastard! What is he doing?
It's not dead, but it cost a lot to get all the stings out. I don't know why people keep dangerous pets and insects. The amount of gear he had to wear to play with them is barmy. I don't think he's playing with
He's not
the
playing
bees.
with them, is he?
Well, what is he doing then?
Well, I don't know, but I think you should get the dog the same protection.
Yeah, but that's just it, isn't it? It's like you can't mix your pets. If you've got a snake, you don't have a mouse. Do you know what I mean? They don't get on. And it's the same with them. Don't have bees. I can't imagine one bit of enjoyment. The only thing he does is the honey. And it's like, well, how much is that to buy? It's not worth messing about wearing a big white suit just to get some honey. There's a shop down the road.
Bees are kept for a very good reason, aren't they?
What?
For honey.
Yeah, no, but like I say, you can buy honey for next to nothing.
Where do you think... What do you mean? But where does the honey come from that you buy?
Yeah, from some proper bee farm. Let them do it. All he's doing, he's not making loads of pots of honey. He's looking after himself. And the thing with honey is it doesn't go off either.
No, it doesn't, no.
So get 10 bees,
Yeah.
get the honey made, kick them out.
but you eat the honey, that's the point.
Yeah, I know, but
It doesn't, you can't eat it and then it's still there in the jar. It's not magical. Maybe in your world, Uncle Fred had that never-ending jar of honey.
But how much honey do you eat? What I'm saying is, it's one of them things in it that you buy, and you can move into a new house, buy some honey, and when you leave that house, that honey's still in the cupboard. You don't eat that much of it. So get 10 bees, get your honey's worth.
10 bees? Imagine keeping 10 bees!
Well, just get them to do the graft. If you've got loads of bees, they're not all pulling the weight, are they? Because they'll go, well, I'm not doing any, because I'll leave it to the others. If you've got 10 bees, you know that none of them are pulling the weight if there's no honey. That's what I'm saying.
No, they don't know. It's not a workhouse. Bees don't knock around saying, I'm back.
Anyway, back to this reading from the Twits. The news covered a story about a fish that knocked about 400 million years ago. It was 33 feet long and had a jaw strong enough to eat a shark in one go. All the dangerous stuff seems to die out, and yet things that you think wouldn't stand a chance, like worms, are still here, yet they have no legs or eyes. I saw a future human in the news article the other month about the future woman. She had 3 breasts. It looked all right.
Well, no, that's not. I can't see how that's going to ever evolve.
No, well, they say about how about evolving and that. I read that there's going to be ugly people. People are starting to go ugly.
Yeah, they're still going to have bilateral symmetry, I imagine.
I don't know what that means, but I'll tell you now. Right? They're talking about like people who are just like, you look at them and you go, look at the state of that, right? And it'll get to a point when we're all so ugly that no one will have it away, and we're just going to die out.
Well, that's not true either. That's not true either.
That is the biggest worry.
Well, no, so
that's the world's biggest
so
worry.
as we evolve and we change, our mindset doesn't change. We're still going, I wish we looked like they did a million years ago. I don't fancy anything.
No, but look how things do change.
But why are we all going to get ugly? I don't understand.
It's just the air and stuff, isn't it? It's just
the air or the
just,
hair?
the air that we breathe and stuff, and the food we eat. Everything's changing, and we're not going to look that healthy, and we're just all going to go ugly. You've only got to look at some stuff that's in the sea, and you think, look at the state of that.
What's
and that's because
the human evolution.
But the stuff in the sea is still propagating.
Yeah, but they've been around longer than us.
But it's still reproducing, so your theory falls down.
But they're deep down, aren't they, in the dark, so they probably can't see what they're having it away with. If they were up on the outside, they'd have died out ages ago.
Why? Because they wouldn't fancy the other stonefish or
yeah, because they're
sea
really
slug.
odd looking. I can't remember the name. I think it was a viper or something. It was just a head.
But Carl,
a fish that's just a head. It was well ugly.
Watched a programme about the twins this morning. It was filmed 16 years ago. They are mental. They did everything together, including the backing up. Phone calls had to happen twice so they could both have the same chat, and they said the same stuff at the same time. Well weird. The bloke who I watched it with, I know that is just some homeless guy that you just invited into the flat.
Just someone I've been sort of working with.
Do you want to make yours? He said he fantasised about having it away with a pair of twins. I don't see the point in this. If you're going to have 2 of something, I would prefer to have 2 different. Have 2 different women. If I had 2 cars, I wouldn't have the same one twice. Same rule with women. I don't even normally like buying the same pair of trainers twice in a row.
No, if you're going to have something new, make a change. It's like that fella who was going out with a woman and then left her and went out with a twin sister. Not worth it.
Not worth it!
It's not worth the upheaval, is it? Because it's exactly the same model.
I watched the final of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It was between singer Jason Donovan, singer Mylene Class, and singer Matt out of a boy band. I had my money on Donovan, but Matt won it. I think it was because of his last task. He ate a fisheye, some grubs, a big fat insect that they have on every year, a crocodile knob, and a kangaroo anus. I feel like we've come there, Rick, to where we entered.
It was this time last year when we first started the podcast that we were talking about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and you coined the famous phrase, I could eat another night.
Yeah.
So it's full circle. It's just the last series finished recently, and it was astounding that he ate a crocodile knob, he ate a crocodile eye, he chewed up and swallowed a kangaroo's anus, which I to be honest, I didn't know was a food stuff. Could you eat any of that?
If I had to eat any of them, it would have to be the anus.
What, really?
Yeah, more than the other stuff. I couldn't eat anything that's still alive.
No, I agree. I couldn't eat any of that. I don't know under what circumstances I'd have to go, right, that's it now, we're not going to survive, the ship isn't coming, there is nothing on this island I can eat, give me the crocodile's penis.
So it wouldn't bother me. I could eat anything. I could do almost all of the challenges on that programme, but I couldn't cope in the camp. I couldn't cope with the lack of food and the uncomfortable bed. That's all that would do my head. And I'd drive people spare, whinging and complaining.
I couldn't cope with any aspect of it except the physical challenges. I couldn't cope with sleeping with people snoring, the things crawling over you. I'm not so squeamish about that, like snakes and things, that's alright. But the eating is ridiculous. It's out of the question to eat a worm or a grub.
It doesn't concern me. I don't know why. I don't see really what the difference in the text is. Probably the same as lots of other things.
What would hunger do to you, though? Do you think? Would you think I would change? Do you think if it really was a choice, if someone said, and I knew I would die if I didn't eat worms?
I think you would. Yes. I think you'd complain and you'd whinge for a while, and you'd try and put it off, and you'd hope a ship would turn up. But when it didn't, you'd start chowing down on a bit of crocodile anus.
But then where's the rest of the crocodile?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Who's been eating that? How come I haven't got this? You're meant to work together as a team in bad time, and yet I'm being handed an anus. Forget it. Let me starve.
Well, thanks for listening. That was the Christmas podcast. We should say the winner of the last competition we did. They can win the podcast book and Flanimals and the extras book that's out, still available, all available, and the CD.
The three CD set of the best of the podcast. Is that right? Seriously?
Brand new. If you haven't got that, get out. Maybe you've got some record tokens.
Yeah, if you've got record tokens or book tokens, those are the perfect things to spend them on.
Or £50 from your auntie.
Exactly.
Let's go and buy one of those. And the winner was Stephanie Prowl from the Wirral.
Well done, Steph.
Well done. Well, thank you to Positive Internet, the guys that host this podcast. That's the end. It's the end of the Christmas podcast and the end of this team for a little while.
Yeah.
It's been great. So it's goodbye from me, Ricky Gervais. Goodbye from Stephen Merchant.
Goodbye and Happy New Year.
And goodbye from Karl Pilkington. All right. That was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's good. What are you doing now? You got time for a coffee or something?
I can't now. I'm going to the the orphanage for terminally ill kids.
Oh yeah.
I'm going down there. I'll go down there over Christmas and
Do you?
entertain them.
Oh well, I bet that's lovely for you.
Yeah, no, I've actually written a song I'm going to perform. They see The Office and see that I'm singing that.
You've written a song for them?
Yeah.
Well, could we hear a bit? I mean, what? I don't want to put you on the spot, but you've got the guitar there.
Yeah. I wrote this for a kid. He's a brave little guy. He's only about 10, but it's heartbreaking. Don't cry, it's Christmas. Santa's coming soon. Though you ain't got a mummy. For everyone.
Yeah. I ask you now to not play that song.
Oh no, too late now. They expect me.
But I'm not sure it's going to be as well received as you perhaps hope.
I think that's better than any gift, and I don't really want to give gifts because they're expensive.
Sure.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.